What does a trafficker look like?
They do not have a specific stereotype. There's men and there's women. A lot of people don't know that a lot of women are traffickers. There's roughly about half of them are women. And you're like, why would a woman traffic another woman or a child and sell them for sex? Well, it's a type of Stockholm syndrome.
What's going on, guys? Time for another episode of Behind the Uniforms. We are out here in the great state of Texas with this chick who's actually from the great state of New Mexico. Why don't you tell everybody who you are?
I am Kara Smith, and I am a senior intelligence analyst for DeliverFund.
So first, let's start here. What are we doing here today?
We are here supporting law enforcement to bring law enforcement from all over the country to make sure that law enforcement can be trained properly.
Well put. Emergency Operations Proving Grounds, the OPG, put on this big event, Not All Heroes Wear Capes. And speaking of Not All Heroes Wear Capes, I want to talk a little bit about DeliverFund. You came out here representing the organization. But first, why don't we talk about you and about your background prior to DeliverFund?
All right. I was in the Air Force for 6.5 years. I was an intelligence analyst where I deployed to both Iraq and Afghanistan. When I got out of the Air Force, I was a contractor at the NSA, and then I continued on with my contracting career with the FBI doing watch listing.
So basically, you're the kind of woman that I would never want researching me in advance because you know everything about everybody. Although we probably can't talk about that because it's classified.
Okay. I know. I will go ahead and I will find out what I need to find out about bad people to make sure that they are held accountable for doing so, whether it be terrorists or traffickers.
I love it. So let's start maybe with a bad day.
A bad day when I was in the military. I was in Afghanistan, and part of being an intelligence analyst is coordinating intelligence with the correct units if you receive it. So there was a unit that was out on a small forward operating base, and I was pushing them some information that was providing me that they were going to have a VBID attack via motorcycle, and it looked like it was going to happen. I kept contacting them. I wanted to make sure they were taking action, and they were busy and they weren't listening. And I just kept reaching out. I was doing everything I could because I didn't want to see something happen to U.S. forces. That week, there was a unmounted patrol coming back into base, and that motorcycle did end up coming through and taking out several of our military members. And my heart broke because I felt like I had this information, I had to go ahead and provide it, I had to stop it, and there was nothing I can do. And it was a really, really good learning experience for me, because you can do everything in your power to stop something, but it's not always up to you.
Got it. Let's talk about a good day.
A good day in the military is when you go ahead and you provide that information and they listen, or you find that target and they get taken out and you save a bunch of lives in the process. It's more relevant to me what a good day is now, is I've taken that military experience that I've had and I've gone forward. I've done something with it outside of being in the military, and I help save girls that are being trafficked and take out the traffickers in the process.
So, you know, I mentioned earlier on about you doing research on someone. You are the enemy that they never wanted to have. So why don't we talk a little bit now about specifically what DeliverFund and you do, how you guys operate, and how you're saving lives.
Right. The enemy, if you are trafficking on the internet and you touch the internet, we will find you. And we will go ahead and deliver law enforcement to your doorstep. It's only a matter of time. So basically, DeliverFund trains, equips, and advises law enforcement on how to combat human trafficking using counterterrorism methodologies to do so. So we can go ahead and just make that meeting between law enforcement and the trafficker. Our whole goal is to take out the trafficker because you want to go ahead and cut the head off of that snake. So not only will you be saving the girls that are currently being trafficked by them, but that trafficker will never have the opportunity again to bring girls into slavery.
What does a trafficker look like?
They do not have a specific stereotype. There's men and there's women. A lot of people don't know that a lot of women are traffickers. There's roughly about half of them are women. And you're like, why would a woman traffic another woman or a child and sell them for sex? Well, it's unfortunate that some of these women get, trapped in this terrible life, and it's a type of Stockholm syndrome. And after so many years, it's all they know, and it's all they can do to make their own money in the end. And what we have to do is we got to take out those traffickers. We got to get those girls out of that cycle to eliminate what is happening here in our own backyards.
Talk to me a little bit about the need to train female law enforcement officers.
Female law enforcement officers, if they're trained properly, they can make a different connection with these girls. Men who are trafficking women, there's a different quality behind it. And when you go in and you go ahead and you are saving that girl, there's a different connection that can be made if it's done properly. And something that we do at DeliverFund is we bring in survivors to teach how to break through to those women. And I feel like the females I've seen come through the training, they pick up on it and how to reach across when they speak with these survivors, and then they do the role playing in the scenarios at DeliverFund. They're different, and they can reach across just a little bit easier than males could do so. So we need more of them out there for sure.
How can people learn more?
They could go to deliverfund.org.
Excellent. Guys, thank you all so much for watching. I highly encourage you to all contribute to this organization if you have the fiscal means to do so. If not, it doesn't cost you a dime to hit the share button on this video. All you have to do is hit that share button, and you can literally help save lives by just doing that. So, Kara, thank you so much for coming out to the event. Thanks for sharing. Guys, thanks for sharing this video. God bless America.